This year is coming to an end. 2024 will soon replace 2025. The year has been exceptionally eventful to me as I played some of the best games ever made till now throughout the year. This is not a list of games that got released in 2024. This is just what I, as a regular person, played throughout the year. The games were chosen from my top 10 appreciated and played games, and there might be some light spoilers. So I have decided to sum all of them up in this video and express my thoughts about them to you. Before I start, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn the bell icon on, so you will be the first one to know when I upload. This video is going to be long, so sit down, grab some drink, and enjoy with me as I unravel games that got me through 2024. This year was no different. When I saw my Steam year-in review, it was literally the same games from last year again. So let's start with one of it, Baldurs Gate 3, again. As you all already know, the game won Game of the Year last year, but they didn't stop at that. They kept releasing a lot of very good updates and kept the players hooked. This year will be my second legitimate playthrough of the game, as before I finished the game once, but was able to see only the tip of the iceberg. I started many more adventures in the meantime, but never went forward with it properly. So in the beginning of this year, as Larian promoted modding in the game, I began my adventure with a new vision, a new perspective and loads of mods in place. I explored a lot of things that I couldn't in my previous adventures, and well, that's the beauty of this game. You'll always feel like I could have done something better in this encounter, or this could have been a better dialogue choice every time you try something new. It's always so fresh and exciting. The game has proved so good that it has earned a permanent place in my C drive. The next one on my list is Ready or Not. I love extraction shooter genre, and this game perfectly captures that feeling. It's very hardcore in simulation. Smallest things like the mission briefing, the types of maps they provide, gears changing according to the type of situation you're in, perfectly simulates the SWAT agent feeling. I finished the game initially with bots. I used the bots as expendable assets, basically letting them initiate any situation and entrances before I go in, so that they can take whatever surprise awaits. So it eventually became too easy. I schemed up my friend into buying this game and playing with me. That's when the real adventure started. Being just a duo in a game designed from a proper squad is evident. It was getting both challenging and fun as we started 100%ing each map one by one. That meant we had to apprehend each and every suspect alive, gather every evidence while not getting KIA. We had to plan everything properly, from choosing proper gear, deciding on roles, planning a proper approach, and so on. Hostile elements like enemy positions, traps, objective positions are randomized every time you play, making each playthrough a different challenge. If you like extraction shooters, you definitely gotta try this one out. After all that shooting around, I moved on a very beautifully designed masterpiece called Horizon Zero Dawn. The game, despite having a bad history, is perfectly ported to PC from PlayStation. The game is heavily cinematic and visual. The combat elements are perfectly weaved together that makes it interactive and satisfying at the same time. The different arrow types, crafting on the go, the economy, it all comes together perfectly. The world design is stunning and filled with a lot of variety. The map, when quantified by size, is small, but when organically explored, feels very big and filled with something to do in every corner. The amount of scenes that the game provides makes the perfect moment to use the game's interesting photo mode. Here is some of the shots that I took. I spent a significant amount of time exploring most of the content along with the main story, and I was rewarded well for it. The dialogue delivery and side quests does put you off at some places. The cities, despite their significance in the story, can feel eerie and empty at times. Some of the side characters fail to impress and connect you with their persona. But putting aside all the negative points, this game is a must try. One time I was searching around the depths of Steam and accidentally stumbled upon this gem, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures All-Star Battle Arc. Being a JoJo's fan, I picked it up and started playing it, and the game is surprisingly underrated. The biggest selling point of the game is how perfectly they captured it from the original anime. The art style is peculiar and easy to identify from the game. The combinations and the abilities of the characters are as you see in the anime and makes perfect sense inside the game. The fighting style in the game is also different and comical in a way. One can easily spend a lot of time in this game trying out different locations, characters and their gimmicks inside the game. The only problem of the game is there is no particular story or a mission for you to achieve, which is easily forgivable. All in all, if you are a JoJo's fan, you must try this game. I spent considerable amount of time on playing Marvel games this year. It first started with Guardians of the Galaxy. It was easily one of the best games I played this year. The game perfectly captures the characteristics of the entire Guardians of the Galaxy IP, such as its hero moments, the comical scenes, the gravity and the size of the universe. The characters and the dialogues are very well done, that you get a sense of watching a movie itself. The core combat mechanics are heavily referenced from Final Fantasy Remake series, where you control the special attacks of your entire team to create combos, strategies and puzzle solving. The core shooting mechanic of Star-Lord feels very lore accurate and satisfying. The world building and the graphics easily seem to be the best one out there, perfectly encompassing the feel of mighty galaxies and outer worlds. The enemy design is also brilliantly made, providing ample different archetypes of enemies with a wide variety of attacks, keeping the playthrough fresh. The problems in this game are it may be a bit short, as I finished most of the game in under 20 hours, and the game is very linear, leaving no chance for player to explore more. All in all, it is a very well made game, not only for Marvel enjoyers, but also for people who like good action adventure title. It is a must try. The next game is something I meant to try out for a long time, so this year I finally took it up and finished it. The game is Potionomics. It is a cozy potion farming game with card mechanics as one of its core loops. The game is something you can easily sit back and relax while playing. The core mechanic of the game consists of a brewing of wide variety of potion by perfectly putting the type and amount of ingredients, and selling them off at your potion store by playing a very unique card game to try and earn the maximum amount of profit. This game has a wide variety of other characters that you talk and hang out with. The entire daily ecosystem of this game is easily one of the best systems I have seen till now. The story pacing of the game is very patterned, but never ceases to surprise you. The constant changes in the daily market feels very fresh and exciting. The first time I played the game, I got put off by a very difficult initial curve of the game, where you immediately get punished by the game for every small decision you make wrong. In their very recent update, they fixed the issue. If you want to play a cozy card game, you have to try this one. 10 on 10 points. The next game in the list is the very amazing Hogwarts Legacy. I was getting a lot of recommendations from my friends to play this game. And the surprising part is, I was never a big fan of J.K. Rowling's work, especially the Harry Potter universe. Although this being a surprising fact for many, I never had that much exposure towards the books. But I still picked it up and played the game to check out what's all the ruckus about. And it rewarded me duly. The time I spent playing Hogwarts was easily the best time I spent every day for a month. For starters, the world design is so wonderfully done that I was just roaming around the areas, exploring the world and what it has to offer. Completing map objectives to earn information about the locations, solving a lot of small puzzles around the world and much more. The main story of the game is not in any way related to the story of Harry Potter, for someone as myself to easily understand the context of the game. The quest pacing of the game is perfectly done, giving ample time and rewards for the player to keep exploring the world in between story missions. The core combat loop of the game is easily one of the most intuitive and easy to understand as well as satisfactory. The enemy archetypes, though being limited in variety, give you a lot of challenge and fun. The game difficulty is designed more towards console, so I switched to hard mode, which gave me the perfect amount of challenge. The base building elements of the game are amazing, where you can build a resource farm in your home base to cultivate plants and potions. This game will keep you occupied for hours to come, and it is a must play as well. I was watching a YouTube video where the host was playing random dead games from Steam, and he came across a very peculiar game. The game and its community caught my attention, and I decided to try it as well. The game is Life is Feudal MMO. There is a specific reason why I am including the game in this list, and the reason is the community. Life is Feudal game did not really made it to the profitable chart anytime near its development. The player base soared somewhere around 7 years ago, but went to stand still after that. The game only has 30 to 60 consecutive players as of now. Life is Feudal is a clan-based survival crafting and world building game. where player has to claim a territory and build their civilization in a very basic terms. But the depth that the game offers is considerably high, both in learning curve as well as difficulty. The very basic functions of survival, such as gathering food, making a house, can take around 1 to 2 weeks in real world time. The game offers a very deep level of terraforming, where at a point you feel like you're using a 3D modeling software. When I got to know about this game, I started snooping around the Discord servers and checking if there are any community members still playing, and stumbled upon a clan named Kingdom of Meliora. They are the number one clan globally and have been playing the game since its launch around 8 years ago. I joined their clan and hopped into their server, and I was blown away by the sheer size of their empire. I talked more with their clan leader. He enrolled me in, gave me his basic equipment, and took me on a walk around the city. The city you are seeing right now is completely custom built by the members of the clan, from the walls, the houses, and even the type of road. I spent significant amount of time roaming around, knowing the game and helping the leader in his work. This game is definitely not for everyone, but is a unique and peculiar subject. This next game I played is a project of solo developer who has been on it for years now, and it's taking shape very powerfully. The game is Manor Lords. Manor Lords is a strategy city building survival simulator where you play a role of a lord to build and strive a civilization under your command. We have seen a lot of city builders before, like this City Skylines Civilization 6, but this one stands out from them due to its fluidity in building and planning. The level of customization in planning the city is amazing. The game has a longer learning curve. You have to understand the game and its mechanic properly before even starting the game, as the game gets brutal and difficult very early and can go sideways if you don't strategize properly. The game initially can feel very overwhelming, as it has a lot of elements that go around in real time and need managing. The game has a realistic time setting where you usually start off in spring and have to harvest enough resources until winter, which in itself can turn a brutal task. The game offers a tinge of RTS type combat like Age of Empires, but the developer is clear that this is not the direction the game is going, and combat is not but a part of the whole game. One can sink countless hours in learning the game and its systems. Overall, it's a very good buy if you want a more challenging and immersive city builder. And finally, when the year end was on horizon, I started playing the latest release, Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals is a classic 6v6 shooter similar to Overwatch. Very similar. I played Overwatch before and did not pay much time to the game, but when I started playing Marvel Rivals, I kind of liked it. The best thing about the game is its very impressive balancing in very early stages. The abilities of the heroes and the maps perfectly balance each other out. The game got an insanely high amount of player base in the first week because of its release to an extent where matchmaking was made in an instant. The next different thing you observe about the game is non-predatory or forgiving monetization strategies. The game has a battle pass, but they let you finish the battle pass however and whenever you want. The game had skins, but they didn't lock the skins down behind an obvious gacha or loot box system. The game has premium currency, but the packages they have perfectly suits the amount that you need to buy an average battle pass or skins, so you don't have to overspend and buy more credits when you actually need less. And the most important factor of all, the game is fresh and fun, at least for now. It's a good pick for someone who likes 6v6 shooters but is bored of Overwatch. And that's about it. Just like that, the year 2024 has ended. It's been a wonderful year with amazing new games out in the market. I hope it was a year of good fortune for all of you. If you liked this video, be sure to leave a comment and share it with your friends and colleagues. I hope you all a very happy new year. Till then, bye bye.